Hi, I'm Fraser Douglas, the avid tent camper.
I'm Olive Diaz.
And Olive, what are we going to be talking about in this video?
Greenbrier Campground.
The Greenbrier Campground is located in East Tennessee, just across the road from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and about 6 miles north of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It is a very popular, family-oriented campground with over 150 campsites. This is the published campground map, but it seems to be upside down to me, so I'm going to turn it over. As you turn left from the main road at the bottom of this picture into the campground, you can drive straight across the bridge into the main campground, or you can turn left on a little gravel service road to go into a secondary campground. The map suggests that the bridge crosses a fork of the Little Pigeon River, but really it's only just a dried up creek bed. The main campground has 99 dual-purpose campsites that can accommodate either RVs or tents, plus 15 tent-only campsites, plus 6 or 7 more camping yurts and tents. My biggest complaint about this campground is that most campsites are relatively small with very little buffer space between other campsites, but it has a gravel pad, it has a nice picnic table, it has a nice fire ring with a cooking grate, it has water, it has TV cable, it has Wi-Fi, and it has electrical outlet. Now our campsite only had a 50 amp, and so I had to use a converter for 110 electric lights. Unfortunately, we waited until the last minute to make our reservation, and we only got the last site available, which I believe was the smallest and most crowded site in the campground.
Here's our campsite. There's Ava. Just to kind of show you the road in front of our campsite. Primarily trailers, RVs.
The best sites in the campground, in my opinion, are sites 30 through 55, which are on the back row. They have nice afternoon shade and they're relatively large. So now let me briefly summarize some of the other amenities in this campground. A nice swimming hole in the Little Pigeon River offers a wonderful place to cool off on hot summer days. Not far from our campsite was a little pathway that took you down to some riverside tent campsites, some yurts, and a very nice trout fishing area. Near our campsite were a few pedestal grills, which I really like, plus a couple of dishwashing stations.
Ava, come over here!
For most of the day, this playground and recreation area is very popular
Sorry to interrupt.
with the kids. We got a basketball game going on behind this tree.
No, it counts. Oh, he caught it!
A covered pavilion with a little pool table is located near the playground. This large covered pavilion was used by large groups every night that we were there. And this campfire ring was used by smaller groups. The shower house was right next to the playground athletic field, right in the middle of the loop. When you walk through the front door, there's a hallway with 8 individual bathrooms with toilet, sink, and shower.
Let me show you what one of these bathrooms look like. This is the door. You walk in the door. There's a sink and a mirror, toilet, hand dryer. And then there's a shower. Right back here is a very nice shower. Nice shower head, nice water pressure.
A camp store sells ice and other camping supplies, but be careful, the firewood doesn't burn very well. Now let me tell you a little bit about that secondary camping area. If you turn left before the bridge onto the little gravel service road, it will take you into this secondary camping area. It has 22 dual-purpose campsites that are almost all occupied by RVs, plus 14 primitive tent camping sites and a very nice trout fishing area. Ava came down here one day to try her luck, but only caught a couple of small trout that had to be thrown back. Now, let me tell you a few things we did during our 4-day stay. We cooked a lot of food, including baking some biscuits for breakfast one morning and baking some brownies for supper another day. We bought Lalo an inner tube and then spent a few hours down at the swimming hole on 2 different days. The water was very cold and Lalo turned into an ice cube after an hour or so. Although Lalo didn't play with any other children, he still enjoyed hanging out at the playground a little while. Ava went fishing every day and Lalo went with her one day, and he caught this little chub. Ava caught several small trout that had to be thrown back, but she did catch this one big trout. I spent a lot of time sitting around the campsite and reading my book. We went into Gatlinburg one afternoon and enjoyed walking the streets and eating a pizza at Mellow Mushroom. My friend Danny Stanton came up one afternoon and we enjoyed cooking hamburgers and swapping stories. I was very surprised to learn that he is a descendant of one of the original families that lived in the Cades Cove area before the national park took that land. And we enjoyed listening to the rain hit on our tent and sleeping during the rain almost every night. Well, I'll have to say that this is probably one of the most family-friendly, family-oriented campgrounds I've ever visited. I think if you come here, you'll be very, very pleased with all of the things to do here, activities for both adults and children. Just hang on now. For more information about great family-oriented campgrounds in the eastern United States, and for other information about tent camping, please visit my website, moderntentcamping.com. A link is provided in the description below. Remember, take more trips, travel further, visit more attractions, and save money.
Go tent camping.
It's Thursday morning and it's been raining, light rain all night long, and it's about 7 o'clock, it's about 8 o'clock, and we've been dry as a rug. I've been sleeping sound as a rock. Ava is up. Lalo, there he is conked out, sleeping like a rock.